Practice has been going great. We have 5 new freshmen, and so it's kind of been interesting getting them adjusted. But they've jumped right on in there from the beginning. We've said, y'all are gonna have to play like sophomores this year, and so they've been going great in the drills. Not been screwing up too much. So we know what to expect. They're not gonna be perfect, but we're trying to help them through that, get through practice, and it's been going great so far.
Talk about your role as a leader and yeah, elaborate on what you just said. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to have to rely on a lot of new faces, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
freshmen. Talk about that transition and
Well, I think part of it is I said they're gonna have to play like sophomores, but in turn, I'm a junior, and that means I'm gonna have to play like a senior. I'm gonna have to um, show leadership ability, and that's something that doesn't always just come easy. People have to work at that, but I feel like leading by example is the best way. Doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and hopefully they follow. And so that's something Coach Collin has really been instilling in us is doing the right thing always. More rules, and hopefully the freshmen will follow that. We want a new era. We want a new culture around here, and that starts with the leaders.
well, and you literally can be that
Mm-hmm.
as the guard and with the assist and get
Right.
everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your role in the progression of your game this off season and what you've been working on.
I've been a point guard since I was in first grade, so that's something that I always will be, and that's how I play. It's kind of how my brain works. Is I see the game like that, and my job as a point guard is to get the ball to the person that's going to score. So on any given night, that can be someone different, and I think that's going to be something that we're going to have to adjust to this season. One night it could be Peak, one night it could be one of our freshmen, and so that's going to be my job and my duty is to get the ball to the scorers. And if that's me on a night, then that can be me. But that's going to be my role is distributing the ball and getting the ball in the basket.
Talk about playing for Coach Collin.
Coach Collin is a great coach. He's obviously been around the game a lot, and he knows that we're not just athletes, we're also student athletes, and that's something that's very important to me. One of the reasons why I chose to come here is because he put the student before the athlete. And I think y'all know that him and Coach Nikki kind of balance each other out. He's soft and he's quiet sometimes, but when he needs to be loud, he can be, and I admire that in him a lot.
Talk about you've been through the wars now for a couple years. The competition in the SEC, night
Mhm.
in and night out, just those battles.
We actually were just talking to our freshmen yesterday about how different it is. There's no way in practice to magnify how big of a competition it is. And it is a war. It's a battle. Every single night you go out, it doesn't matter what team you're playing, it is a battle. And I think that's something that we just have to mentally go into ready, mentally prepared for anything and everything. And that's what I think the SEC brings. It's just competition every single night.
Coach Collin has really elevated Arkansas to consistency year in and year out. What are your goals as a team this year?
I think our goals are to surprise people. I think we know we were picked 12th coming into this season, but 12 is just a number to us. We can either choose to look at it as a motivator, and I think that's what we're going to do. We want to win games. We want to win the games that we shouldn't win. People don't pick us to win. I think we had 7 games last year that were very, very close games, and we could have won. It could have gone either way, and we lost them. And I think that's something we learned from. And this year we want to close those games out. We want to win the games we know we can.
Good. One last question. Of the newcomers or the 5 freshmen, who has stood out to you so far? Who should we be looking for to have a major impact?
Well, first off, I think the freshmen as a whole. We went to Italy and we played a game and it got pretty close. We started up, we were kind of killing the team, and they started coming back. But we saw our freshmen fight and say we're not gonna give up. We're gonna win this game. And I think we all kind of realized we gained a little bit of respect for them that they weren't gonna back down. So as a whole, I think they're gonna be a great class. I mean, even when we're gone, I know that they're gonna carry on that tradition. Mackenzie Adams, she's a girl. She was from Bryant and she moved, but she's an Arkansas girl kind of at heart. She's a great scorer. She's a great shooter. I think she's going to be able to help off the ball, on the ball, back at point if she needs to be. So I think she's going to be very, 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 very good for us. And Kelsey Brooks, Bria Pitts, they're both guards, kind of 2-3 combo guards, but our freshman class is going to be good. I think people know that, but they're going to be really good.